Marcus Allen has long electrified the game he loves with spectacular performances, such as the one he turned in during Super Bowl 18. In just his second pro season, Allen secured his reputation as one of the NFL's premier running backs by rushing for 191 yards.
Pushes his field, but he gets away for a moment, comes back up the middle of 30, 25, 40, catching, to the 50, down to the 40, picking up a blocker, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown Raider!
Allen looks back on his entire performance as having a kind of mystical quality.
That was the one time that I remember being in a zone, if you can remember such a thing. I mean, everything was going absolutely right. I mean, the visualization of holes, things were moving in slow motion, and I felt that I was, at least they were moving in slow motion, and I felt that I was at top speed at all time. It was really a strange thing, but a wonderful thing, and I got it at the right time, and that was at the Super Bowl.
He played one of the great Super Bowl games that have ever been played, and he was a superstar then. A great, great player who will go down as one of the best running backs of his era. If ever a player embodied commitment to excellence, it was Marcus Allen.
Marcus could run if you needed a runner. If you needed a blocker, he was not only a good, but he was a great blocker. And then he was a good pass receiver. So if you wanted to run, you could keep him in there. If you needed a blocker, you could keep him in there. If you needed a pass receiver, you could keep him in there. Marcus Allen, as a wide receiver, was better than anyone that could put in there.
Got 2 touchdowns on me the first time he ever saw me, and I thought I had him covered. He was running beside me, and he looked like he was just gliding, and he started to separate from me. I've only gone into a locker room one time in my life to congratulate a guy on the other team for being the ball player that he was, and it was Marcus Allen. And I walked over to the locker room and I told him, I said, I just want to tell you that I think you're one hell of a ball player. He's fearless. You can see that in the way he hits the hole, because he hits the hole as hard as he can. That's the first attribute I look for in a running back. Is he really running into the hole as fast as he can get there? Because that's fearless. You have to not be wondering if it's going to be open. He has a very smooth gait. It's an easy stride, and then he has great vision. He can see, like peripherally, I think he sees completely down the line of scrimmage, and he sees completely to his outside, and he takes in all that information at one time.
His running style avoids punishment. He rarely gets hit clean. Right at the last instant, we're talking about 1/100th of 1 second, he avoids the full shot, much like Muhammad Ali did. You can't really get a good hit on him. Because of that, he's been able to sustain himself.
Marcus had the toughness of a Dick Butkus, but had the gracefulness of Paul Warfield. He had the style of a Juice. He could give you the Gale Sayers. He could do anything that he wanted to do on the football field. And that's what made Marcus, to me, one of the greatest all-around athletes that ever played that position.